All right, so get this. We're going deep into desktop publishing today.
DTP.
Yeah, DTP.
Yeah.
You sent me this glossary,
Mm-hmm.
and wow, it's like the ultimate DTP cheat sheet, but man, is it dense.
Yeah, it's a lot to unpack.
That's why we're here. I'm thinking if anyone's ever looked at like a super slick design and thought, how would they pull that off? This is for them.
Exactly, like having the secret decoder ring.
Right. So consider this deep dive like DTP boot camp, you
Yeah.
know? But we're going past just definitions here.
Oh, absolutely.
We're going to get you fluent, like conversational, so you can actually talk about projects, understand those design choices, and maybe even get inspired to try some of this stuff out yourself.
I love that.
Oh, and some of this stuff is wild.
Oh, yeah.
Like flowing text along a path.
Yeah.
Seriously, how do they do that?
It's mind-blowing. It's like, knowing the alphabet and then writing a novel.
It's a perfect analogy. Okay, so let's start with the basics. We've got import-export single page versus multi-page layouts. I mean, on the surface, it seems simple, but I feel like there's got to be more to it.
Oh, there definitely is. These are foundational choices.
Yeah.
They really set the tone for the entire project. I think of it like you're choosing the canvas for a painting.
Oh, interesting.
A single page, like a poster, that has to have impact right away. But with multi-page, you're building a story.
Yeah.
Like a magazine. There's a flow, a consistency across all those pages.
It's an experience.
It is.
It's not just about the number of pages.
Right.
Now, import and export, I always get those mixed up, is importing like bringing in your ingredients for a recipe. And exporting is like serving the dish.
You got it. That's a
Yeah.
great way to think about it. You're importing the raw elements,
Yeah.
the images, the text, fonts, and then you've made this design masterpiece. Then you
Yeah.
export it ready to share or print.
Okay, that clicks. All right, so let's say I'm tackling this magazine layout. We figured out it's multi-page. What's next? What do I need to decide?
So you've got to figure out your page size and orientation.
Okay.
Now, it sounds simple, but it really impacts the feel. Think about those movies, those epic widescreen movies. That landscape orientation just screams epic, right?
It does, yeah.
Now, for a formal document, you'd probably stick with portrait.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
It sets a completely different tone.
It's like choosing the right frame for a picture.
Exactly. It changes how you see the whole thing.
Okay, so grids and guides. Now, those sound kind of technical. What are those all about?
Well, they're essential for that visual harmony and consistency. Think of a grid as this invisible framework that helps you line things up.
Oh, okay.
It's like the blueprint for a city, right? Everything's got its place.
I get you, yeah.
So that's where, that satisfying snap feature comes in.
Ooh, yeah, when everything just clicks into place, it's like,
Right.
it's so satisfying, yeah.
So Snap uses those grids and guides to position things perfectly. No more guesswork.
Love it.
Your designs look sharp, professional.
Yeah.
And speaking of efficiency, master pages.
Ooh.
Master pages are like a secret weapon for those multi-page layouts.
Okay, I'm all ears because, honestly, I struggle with consistency across multiple pages.
Master pages, that's your solution.
Okay.
They're like templates for things that repeat, headers, footers, those page numbers,
Okay.
even background images. Imagine you're doing a 100-page report.
Yeah. Yeah.
Instead of placing all that on every single page, you do it once on your master page.
Ah.
And it's there on every new page.
Oh, that's genius.
Right. Saves so much time, avoids those oops, forgot the page number moments.
All too familiar with those.
Right. It's a lifesaver, especially for those big projects. Keeps things consistent, makes global changes super easy.
Okay, master pages are on my to-learn list for sure. Ernest, let's get visual.
Okay.
Images and text. We've got cropping, rotating. Is cropping just about like making pictures smaller?
No, it's way more than that.
Okay.
Cropping is like framing a photo, you're highlighting the good stuff, getting rid of distractions.
I'd like that.
You mentioned square and full cropping. Now, those are just starting points. Square cropping helps maintain those proportions, crucial for social media and stuff.
Yeah.
But full cropping, that gives you freedom.
Oh.
Isolate any shape you want.
So it's like cookie cutter versus freehand sculpting.
Yes. And you can get really creative with full cropping.
I bet.
Like cropping into unusual shapes, isolating details to grab the viewer's eye, and then there's rotation.
Yeah.
It's not just for straightening those crooked photos.
Right. A little tilt can add some like energy movement.
Exactly.
I've definitely seen that.
It's about finding that perfect angle to get the effect you're going for.
Makes sense, yeah. Now, what about those text boxes and those little handles you always see around them?
Oh, those handles, they're more powerful than they look.
Okay, so text boxes, they're just like containers for text, right?
Mm.
And those handles let you resize them.
They do that, but they also let you position things super precisely.
Oh, okay.
Like you can nudge those boxes pixel by pixel until it's perfect.
Oh, wow.
Right.
Okay.
And then there's text wrap, one of my favorites.
Text wrap. Okay, that's a new one.
So imagine you've got the circular logo and you want the text to like flow around it.
Yeah.
Text wrap makes that happen. No more awkward text bumping into images.
Oh, that's so cool. I'm already picturing all kinds of like creative layouts.
It's so versatile.
Yeah. Okay, speaking of creative, flowing text along a path. That sounds next level.
Oh, it is. It takes that text wrap we talked about and goes even further. Instead of just wrapping, it follows the path.
Okay.
A curve, a wave, even the outline of an object. It's great for logos, decorative elements,
Wow.
just a touch of whimsy.
My mind is officially blown.
I know, it's a fun one.
Okay, we've got layout basics, images, text.
Right.
What's next on this DTP journey?
Well, now we're going to add some visual flair. Let's dive into color fills, gradients, drop shadows, all that good stuff.
Ooh, my favorite part. I love playing with colors and effects.
Get ready, because this is where it gets really fun.
I can't wait.
Welcome back. We're going to get into some more of these DTP techniques.
Yeah, it's like we've learned the notes, now we got to play the music.
Exactly. Time to make a symphony.
That's a good one. Okay, you know that flowing text along a path thing we touched on?
Oh, yeah.
I'm like obsessed. What kind of projects would that even be good for?
Oh, so many. Think logos, a brand name curved around a circular icon.
Oh, I see, yeah.
Or how about a travel brochure? The text follows a winding road leading your eye across the page.
That's so cool. So it's not just for simple shapes, though, right?
Oh, any path. Outline of an object, a wave. I once saw a concert poster where the text followed a guitar shape.
Oh, wow, that's amazing. Okay, so master pages, we talked about those.
Yeah.
And how they're like templates, right?
Yeah.
Can you like walk me through how they actually work? A real world example.
Sure. Imagine you're designing a magazine. Hundreds of pages.
Oh, yeah.
Instead of putting the page number, the header, footer on every single page, you create a master page with those elements. And then every new page you make, boom, it's got all that stuff.
So it's like a blueprint. It keeps everything consistent.
Yeah. And if you decide to change the font of your page numbers, just update the master page.
Oh.
All the pages change. No more going through hundreds of pages one by one.
Okay, I'm officially sold on master pages. They sound like a lifesaver.
How they are.
Now, cropping. We talked about square and full cropping,
Right.
but you mentioned there's more to it than just those two.
Yeah, square cropping, it's great for clean images,
Mm-hmm.
especially for social media where you need a specific size.
Yeah, yeah.
But full cropping, that's where you can get more artistic.
Okay.
You can isolate shapes, get rid of distractions, even crop into weird shapes.
So full cropping is for like artistic freedom,
Yeah,
and square cropping is more like practical.
exactly. It all depends what you're going for. Like,
Well-
if you want to emphasize the subject's eyes in a photo, you'd use full cropping for a close-up.
So cropping can like add to the story of an image.
Oh, for sure. It's not just resizing, it's about guiding the viewer's eye.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay, typography.
Oh.
We talked about serif, sans serif, script.
Yeah.
But what about font styles? Is that just making text bold or italic?
It's about emphasis, visual hierarchy, bolding grabs attention.
Right.
Italics are good for emphasis, quotes, titles, stuff like that.
So it's not just looks, it's about guiding the reader.
Exactly. Choosing fonts depends on the tone of your project. Serif fonts like Times New Roman are traditional. Sans serif like Arial feel more modern.
Okay, yeah.
Script fonts are fancy, but use them sparingly.
What about mixing fonts? Is that like a design crime?
Not if you do it right. Choose fonts that go together, not clash, like
Okay.
a bold sans serif heading with a lighter serif for the body text.
I've definitely seen some bad font combos.
Oh, yeah.
It could be jarring, for sure.
It's all about balance,
Yeah, making it all work together.
Exactly. Okay, layout elements.
Okay.
We did columns, margins, gutters.
Okay.
What about headings, captions? There's so many ways to organize text.
Yeah, it's a bit overwhelming.
Think of headings as like signposts guiding the reader.
Okay.
The title's the main event. Headings are like the opening acts. Subheadings make sure everything runs smoothly.
Oh, I like that analogy. And captions are like tour guides for the visuals.
Yeah, usually for images, but they can be used for tables, charts, even pull quotes.
Oh, interesting.
Like, you've got a chart, the caption could explain what the data means.
So it adds more info.
Exactly. Now, pull quotes, those always grab my attention.
Me too. They're like Little nuggets of wisdom.
And they highlight key points, break up the text, make you want to keep
Yeah,
reading.
yeah, they're like, hey, this is the good stuff.
Right, and they add a visual element to a page that's mostly text.
For sure. Okay, so pre-press prep, proofs, registration marks, crop marks, bleeds.
Right.
Why are those so important for printing? Because honestly, to me, it sounds like a secret language.
It can feel that way.
Mm.
Understanding these terms will make printing so much easier. Proofs are your last chance to catch mistakes before you print.
Oh,
You can see the colors, layout, everything, just like it'll look printed.
it's like a dress rehearsal, you know?
Exactly. Registration marks, those are for aligning colors during printing. So
Okay.
all the colors are in the right spot, nice and sharp.
The crop marks, those tell the printer where to cut, right?
Yes. So your design is trimmed perfectly, no weird edges. And speaking of edges, we talked about bleeds
Right, extending the image past the edge of the page.
to prevent those white edges when it's cut.
Yeah, yeah. What happens to that bleed area? Does it just get, like, chopped off?
Yep, it's sacrificed, but it ensures your colors go all the way to the edge.
I wish I'd known about bleeds before I tried printing my own brochure. It was a disaster.
Happens to the best of us.
Okay, wow. We have covered so much. I'm feeling way more confident about all this DTP stuff.
That's great to hear. Just remember, experiment, try things out, find what works for you.
Yeah, for sure. I wonder what our listeners are thinking. Has any of this sparked an idea? You know, are you ready to tackle a DTP project now? Let us know. We'll be right back to wrap things up. Okay, we're back and ready to wrap up our DTP journey. You know, I'm feeling super inspired after all this. It's amazing what goes into making designs look so good.
It really is like a blend of art and tech. We've covered so much, the layouts, the fonts, and then all those cool details like flowing text, those cropped images.
Yeah, and what's cool is you don't have to be a pro to use this stuff. With a little practice, anyone can make some pretty awesome designs.
Totally. DTP gives everyone the power to like tell visual stories.
Exactly. Okay, so what's next? What are the hot new trends in DTP? What's coming up?
Ooh, good question. One thing that's getting big is interactive elements in DTP designs.
Ooh, yeah.
Like imagine a brochure with embedded videos.
Whoa,
Yeah. You scan a QR code and boom, video plays on your phone.
that's wild.
Or a poster with animations that come to life on your screen.
So it's like merging print and digital, making it more, I don't know, immersive.
Exactly. It's pushing the boundaries, making designs that really grab you.
Love it.
Another trend is variable fonts. They're like super fonts, so much packed into one file.
Wait, so instead of separate files for bold, italic, all that, it's all in one font.
Exactly. It's like a font with sliders. You can adjust the weight, width, even the slant.
Wow. So you have total control over the look.
Yeah, you can create some unique stuff.
That's amazing. It's like a designer's dream come true.
It is. And of course, accessibility in design, that's huge. And it applies to DTP too.
That's right, making sure everyone can access the information no matter their abilities.
Yeah, it's about making good design choices that benefit everybody, like using high contrast colors so text is easy to read,
Right.
making sure text can be resized without messing up the formatting.
So important. It's about beauty and function. You know,
Absolutely. That's what good design is all about.
couldn't agree more. Well, I think it's safe to say we've officially conquered the world of desktop publishing. We've broken down the lingo, explored the creative possibilities, even peeked into the future of DTP.
We did it.
I feel like a whole new appreciation for this stuff.
It's been fun diving into DTP with you. This is just the start, though. There's always more to learn.
So true. So to all our listeners out there, keep experimenting, keep pushing those creative boundaries. You never know what amazing things you'll come up with. That's all for our deep dive into desktop publishing. Thanks for joining us.